stakes and made up some ground behind Roan Ranger last time out, and today paying 22 and 10.
Yeah, he's a definite chance, Tom. If anything, he might appreciate a little bit further, but I think he'll go well enough over the 1,600 metres. He's never won over the trip, but he's won a couple over 14 and so too 1,800 metres as well. He got a little bit flighty just a few moments ago in front of us, so he's clearly full of the joys. He's down a kilo, good draw. Laurie's in great form, 22 and 10 is his price, and yeah, look, he's a definite chance. He parades very well.
Looks well, all right, does Alfonso. Here's the 6 now. And this is Deauville, who's having his second run this campaign. He still looks like he could lose a bit of pudding here. Deauville at 61 and 22.
Yeah, agreed. He's up 5 kilos, so you'd think he'd strip a little bit fitter for this run. He's just come by us now, as you say. He does carry a little bit of condition around the midsection. There's Deauville, drawn 10. He's won 4 from 42, so he knows how to win. CC Wong, the man on board, now out of the freezer. Look, the run last time was okay, but I think there's others in here with slightly stronger claims than him.
Yes, CC definitely out of the freezer all right with that good effort earlier on today. Here's the 2.
Where do we put him now, in the fridge?
Yeah, he's not so icy. Not so icy. Nothing worse than a freezer that ices up, though.
Oh, no.
Here's Hong Shen, $69 and $21. Zuriman and Bruce Marsh.
Yeah, first try in Class 5 for Hong Shen. He's drawn barrier 12 here. Look, I think he's a bit of a chance. I mean, the fact he's running in this grade for the first time would certainly have to give him a bit of hope here. I mean, look, he's got a wide barrier. It won't be ideal from out there, but he is more than capable in a slightly better grade, and the fact he's into Class 5, I think, gives him a bit of a chance here. And look, he's got a decent enough record. He's won 3 times over the trip.
So that's Hong Shen. I see the rider there, Zuriman. He's sporting the wet weather pants out there now.
Yes, he is.
Here's Prince Darcy, $37 and $11 here for Prince Darcy. He held his place to the line last time out behind Mr. Exchequer.
He did. It was a good run, beaten 2 lengths behind Mr. Exchequer at big odds. He drifted on that occasion to finish 5th. Zouari takes over from Gerald Mosse. He's on his toes a little bit in the ring. Look, he's 37 and 11. These types of races, I mean, we sort of go on about it time and time again. They're so tricky to work out. But look, he's a horse, very lightly raced still, just the 5 starts. Good effort last time. Hopefully he can back that up. It'll surely be in the top 5 this time around.
Paid a big price last time too, didn't he? $348, Prince Darcy. Here's stablemate now, and this is Aspen. Mark Walker and Saeed made some good ground behind Voyager last time out from well back, and made that ground down on the fence.
He did. He's a horse that I think is not without a chance here. Again, wide barrier won't suit. 33 and 11 is his price. Look, he's a horse that's obviously been running around in this grade for 4 starts now for 3 placed efforts. So he's yet to win one, but he's been running well. And he has overcome a wide barrier on a couple of occasions to run well. Saeed on board, second ride on the horse. He did stay on very nicely last time, so certainly possibilities.
Here's the 7, Flying Mission, $148 and $45. Didn't do much last time.
He didn't. Stephen Lamb, his new trainer, Shafiq will be on board. Look, he'd probably go well enough second up. He's already had a run, but not for me here. Trainer's obviously still yet to have a winner, Stephen, but hopefully his form will turn around very shortly, but I'm not sure if it's going to be a Flying Mission here.
So that's a 7, Flying Mission. As we look to find our next runner here for race number 6, which is the Super Easy 2012 Stakes, and it's My Darko. This horse tried hard behind Voyager last time out. You're not going to get the $132, however.
You're not, and this is a definite chance, this guy. Look, he's another one that is having his 3rd start in Class 5. It was a good run last time. He certainly caught the eye, beaten 2 1/4 lengths over 1,400 metres. First go at the mile. Again, he's another one you'd have to regard as fancy that's drawn wide. So they've all ended up with unfavourable draws. But Amaral on for Stephen Gray. We spoke to him on Track Talk for the Sunday edition. He seemed quite bullish about his chance here. Certainly wouldn't be without one.
My Darko, the son of Darcy Brahma. Here's the 9, and this is the 1. David Conk and Glenn Boss. A couple of gear changes here. Blinkers on, tongue tie off.
Yes, first start for the trainer. As you say, they've changed the headgear around with him. He's drawn 3. He's up a couple of kilos. Again, lightly raced horse. Only had the 6 starts to date. Just going through his form. I mean, he hasn't really shown a great deal, in all honesty. Very hard to tip him here. I mean, Glenn Boss on board is certainly a positive, and so too barrier 3.
So that's the 9, the 1, well beaten in his last few runs. As we press on to the 10, and this is Holy Thomas. I just couldn't have this horse on his recent runs, but they've gone and put the shades on for the first time.
They have indeed. Maybe that will work the oracle. Azahar on board, big price, really struggling to find a spot for him.
Okay, Holy Thomas there, $194 and $46. Big old price there. And it's by Thano. There's a couple of them that go okay, but he's never been a stellar stallion, really, Thano.
Where does he reside? Is he still covering?
I'm not too sure where he resides, but gee, a few of them can be wild, though.
Really?
I've seen a few wild ones.
Really? Don't like the wild ones?
No. Ones that jump fences and things like that.
Not as in meant to?
No, yeah. No, fences that aren't meant to be jumped.
Oh, no.
Here's Spur Me On. And this horse coming out of the Michael Clement stable, Baron Vorster. Jumps from near the inside here and wasn't too far from Destiny Night last time out, but has trialled since.
He has, and look, his trial was okay. I did think with the light weight and a good draw, this could be a horse that would run quite nicely. He's 34 and 12. Look, he's a chance. He's 0 from 17, so, I mean, you're taking a little bit on trust. I'm not saying he's going to win, but the fact he's had a few starts now. He's run a couple of his better races recently when pressing forward. Back to 1,600 metres. I did think he was a definite quartet contender here, and I mean he's only got the 50.5 kilos on it. Oh, I think he puts up a half, doesn't he? So 51 kilos on the back of him, and yeah, I certainly think he's a contender.
He's an Argentinian bred Thano.
Okay. Yes, he is.
Here's the 11 now, and this is Balkan Challenger. $83 and $23. Alan Munro, Letitia Dragon. We saw a good photo of Alan Munro online, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, big fans of Al, and he'll be on board. Look, this horse is 81 and 23. It's been going around at massive odds, but obviously they're stepping the horse up in trip for the first time. Maybe that will have the desired effect. But good run last time, was staying on well, probably his best run to date. So, I mean, if he can run to that sort of form, yeah, he could be a bit of a chance here.
He was away from the start a bit awkwardly on that occasion too.
Oh, you're referring to the picture with the late Walter Swinburne and Frankie Dettori?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, it was a good picture. I wonder how old he was there. We'll have to ask him.
Here's the 12 now, and the 12 in the race is Dragon, Muhammad Yusuf. This horse was in behind Powerfuller's win last time out over 1,600 metres.
Yeah, he stayed on okay, 22.69. In fact, he has been doing that. He gets back in his races. He needs a little bit of luck. He's a bit of a hostage to fortune, this guy, Dragon. 57 and 18. Look, he's one of those that you could include in your quartet if you really wanted to. He probably wouldn't be the worst of them.
What about the 13? Zach Benevolent, Cliff Brown and Nourish Jaglal?
Yes, 0 from 25. That certainly puts me off a little bit. He's got a few place efforts to his name. Special plate coming off this time around. Look, he's 27 rating points. Look, his runs recently have been okay, but that run 2 starts back was better than the last.
Don't see Cliff Brown with too many Class 5 horses, though, however.
I just wonder, is he the lowest rated horse in the stable? Perhaps we could find that out on the machine.
Ooh, I have to know where to click to find that.
The fossil. I think if you search Cliff Brown, you can search his horses in training, but it might not necessarily give you the ratings straight up, so it might be a bit of a labour of love, but I can't imagine he's got too many down on lowly marks.
No.
As they head out onto the track here. Going still good, 5.0. 8 minutes to race time. And this is race 6 coming up here in Singapore. And, well, I think we've seen them all, have we? Yes, I think we have. Well, I'll fire in my tips as Tom gets to work on Cliff Brown's string. Alfonso, for me, goes on top here. The 4, 21 and 9 is his price. Good run last time. He parades well enough, and Manuel Nunes on board. 2 wins from 9 rides on board the 7-year-old. So he'll do for me. 14, Spur Me On's got a good barrier. 32 and 10 is his price. He goes in for second spot. I put my Darko, number 8, into third. I thought that was an encouraging enough run last time, and he's a horse stepping up in trip, which I think could certainly suit him. Tries the 1,600 metres for the first time. And Hong Shen for Zuriman and Bruce Marsh. He's a horse that is down in grade, and I thought he could run a nice enough sort of race. 47 and 20 here in the contest. So 4, 14, 8 and 2. For me, Tom, what can you tell us about Zach Benevolent?
Easily the lowest rated horse in the stable.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Apart from the ones that don't have ratings, of course.
Yes.
I've gone with a 4 here. Alfonso, I liked his last start to run at $30 behind Roan Ranger last time out over 1,600 metres. He was a little bit wide in the running, and I think he's a big chance here. The 7-year-old in search of win number 4, start 43. So I've gone with him. Over the 5, and that is Aspen. I don't like the draw, but made some ground near the inside behind Voyager last time out. Drew 14 over 1,600 metres back 2 starts ago, and was third behind El Don. So I'd give the 5 another go here. Aspen, Saeed and Mark Walker. Saeed claiming the 4, I think. I've got 8 My Darko in the mix as well, and also 2, that is Hong Shen. Well beaten last time, but prior to that, hadn't actually been too far away in the Class 4 and the Kranji D races. So coming into this race today, Class 5, Hong Shen has had, well, this is his first run in the Class 5 for Bruce Marsh. So 4, 5, 8 and 2 for race number 6 on the program as they make their way to the start. It's the Super Easy 2012 Stakes. Been race caller roulette today. Matt Jones is upstairs now. Matt, your thoughts on the Class 5?
I think it's the first time I can never remember 3 callers having a crack in one day. Anyway, worked okay thus far. I'm going to go with number 2, Hong Shen. I don't like the fact that it's got so much weight. I don't like the fact that it's drawn wide either, but there's not much I like about any of the runners, to be honest. So in the end, I just settled for his pretty strong form. If you go back a few runs ago, he's been mixing it with some nice horses, including Classified and I've Got a Feeling, Rock Eagle. He's got the right sort of form. His course and distance record is excellent. He's just going to need a gun right here from Azuraman, and if he can carry the weight, then he's in with a big chance of winning. So 2 on top. 8 My Darko's got some reasonable form, not too far off them last time, but again, a terrible draw for it. And then Alfonso, who is drawn a bit better than some of the fancied runners, and currently he's the favourite. His form is okay. I think at 1,800 metres I would have had him on top, but the 16 should be okay. And for 4th I go with Aspen, who is another one who's drawn a terrible gate. So yeah, I mean, you look at a horse like Aspen, he could clearly win, but you've got a 4-kilo claimer who's ridden 1 winner coming from the extreme outside. So this might come down more to the humans than the horses, I think, who can give their horse the best ride. I certainly think if Saeed could give Aspen a good run in transit, then all of a sudden it becomes a realistic winning hope. Anyway, we shall find out in around 5 minutes how it all plays out, but my thoughts are 2, 8, 4 and 5, 2, 8, 4 and 5. Just quickly on Super Easy, who dominated his year. Mind you, he nearly got beaten in the Guineas. There were some nervous moments in the home stretch before he finally got out and won. And won a Guineas that had some nice horses, including Better Life behind him in it as well. And Better Life then would come out and win, actually won the Kranji Mile, where it, no, did it? Yeah, I think it did win the Kranji Mile, and then came out and won the Gold Cup later in the year, not running in the Raffles Cup. But Super Easy, he went over to Hong Kong with Michael Freeman, and at the time Amy Barnes, who was looking after Super Easy, and he didn't fire in Hong Kong, but he had a couple of runs over there, and he was good enough to come back and run very well. In fact, he then went on and won at Lion City the following year when the blinkers were applied for trainer Michael Freeman. But a nice horse, and this horse, a race named in the honour of Super Easy, who won the Classic in 2012.
Yes, and he stands at Hallmark Stud now, does Super Easy. Multiple Group 1 winner. He won 15 races, 12 in succession. He broke the Trentham track record, 1,000-metre track record, 56.2 on the turf over the filly of the year that year called Planet Rock.
That was as a 2-year-old, was it, or was it a 3-year-old?
Would have been 3-year-old.
Early 3-year-old or something.
Yeah. And then he was the third highest Southern Hemisphere bred 3-year-old sprinter behind Seapoy and Foxwedge.
Pretty good horse, wasn't he? He was very, very good. Well, he, in fact, the shortest price winner of the 3-year-old Classic since 2010. He went round at $5.30. So he was obviously very well fancied and got the job done there for Joe Moreira and Michael Friedman in his year, 2012. Race from barrier number 5 on that occasion. But nice to see him at stud, and clearly obviously doing very well, one would imagine. And what a horse of immense talent. Favourites 20 and 10 here, Tom. Alfonso for Laurie Laxon. And just going through the records, Laurie's won the race previously, won it a couple of times actually, Better Than Ever and Big Maverick, a couple of winners there for Laurie. He also won it with Royal Captain back in 2004 as well. But there isn't many races here that Laurie hasn't won.
No. He had the first race today. Sir Dan, would you go there again?
Do you know what? I'm losing so much faith in Sir Dan. No, probably not. I mean, the winner could be picked on top. There was no doubt. I mean, I didn't. I put him into third, but especially once we'd seen him in the parade ring here, he did look a bit of a standout because he looked so well. And I think of all the horses we'll see today, obviously we'll see some lovely 3-year-olds. He certainly caught the eye in the parade ring, that's for sure. But he is what he is. He pays his way, and he's now won 5 races. And Desmond Coe is having a good day. Couple for Des.
Don't think I could go with Sir Dan after today again.
No,
It's just...
0 from 17 now.
Yes.
Has to be a big leap of faith, I think, if we were to tip him next time. But
Especially to open at $7.
Oh.
Give me a break.
so well, we can't bet, so there was never any possibility of us taking the $7. But no, not for me. Not $7, Sir Dan, that's for sure.
It's the scene over there at the start. We're about 60 seconds or so away from the 6th race of the afternoon. What have we got look forward to? Well, there's
Stayers up next.
plenty. The 1,800 metre Kranji Stakes C. Got classified. Talking to Bruce Marsh on Thursday at the trials, he thought this was his best chance of the weekend.
Yeah, one of my favourites, classified. He goes into the same bracket as Dimos, a few of the others. But yeah, no, look, he's a nice horse. He's won his last 2, and his track work's been pretty good. So yeah, hopefully he can measure up and go well. Excellent season there for Ricardo Lagrange. He actually worked quite well. Tongue tie coming off him, and old Squire Risbol. I say old Squire Risboleston. He's a 7-year-old, so I guess in some respects you could regard that as old Squire Risboleston. He ran well in his blinkers last time. I thought he could go okay.
We've got a Class 5 coming up after that, over 1,200 metres.
Oh, I do like a Class 5, Tom.
Silk Route.
Yes. He looks the obvious one, doesn't he?
Yes.
I think Silk Route, and well, Join Happy was a winner last time. He's back on the poly track. What else we got? The Dodger. He's been running okay in a Class 5 on his last start. He's back into the grade. He could go quite well. He's got Vlad Jurek on board from a wide barrier. But yeah, I do agree. Silk Route, I think, probably the one they've all got to beat. And then we head into race 9, our big one, Jupiter Gold and Count of Monte Cristo, the big clash that we're hoping for. We've got the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 8th coming through that race. Obviously, Count of Monte Cristo was the winner of the first leg of the 3-year-old series, and certainly an interesting race. Obviously, Skywalk doesn't go.
No, scratched.
Doesn't go,
didn't eat
so
up last night or something.
That detracts slightly from the race. So they're now the winners of 26 races between them, but they're a pretty useful bunch, and they are loading up here for race 6. The Class 5 gallopers in action. Alfonso is the $19 and $9 favourite, and we can head upstairs and join our 3rd caller of the afternoon, and his name, Matthew Jones.
The 3rd stringer. Yeah, I'll have a crack here, and here they are moving forward with the 1 for Glenn Boss going in. Flying Mission joining the lineup as well. Deauville about to get ready. Alfonso, Zach Benevolent, Prince Darcy, Aspen, Hong Shen still away with My Darko, and Holy Thomas as well. Well, Zach Benevolent, stablemate of 5 of the runners in the 3-year-old classic, with Cliff Brown saddling up an incredible 5 in the 3-year-old classic. We'll find out how incredible they are a little later on, but Michael Rott, talking to him in an interview a short while ago, he was pretty confident. Said the gate number 1 takes out any sort of guesswork for him. He knows what he has to do from stall 1 on Sir Isaac. Now the last couple to go forward, we've got Prince Darcy with a quartered cap, and also Aspen to go along. Big assignment here for Saeed, drawn the extreme outside on him. Favourite is Alfonso, and they're all set to go in the Super Easy. $19 about Alfonso. And in race number 6, Singapore, they're away, and very slowly away there was Eastern Victory, who's gone back to last. Spermion is pushed out, looking for the lead, and so too is Alfonso, who begins quickly. Out wide is My Darko, being followed then by Hong Shen, who's way off the track. Zach Benevolent, handy from Deauville, who's back marginally better than Centrefield. Going by him, 1 off the rails there is Holy Thomas. A few lengths away then to Aspen, who's gone up midfield. Then Dragon on the inside of the 1. Balkan Challenger further back, 2 lengths away then Flying Mission. Eastern Victory back in second. Last last, and Prince Darcy's gone all the way back to last as they run off the back straight. And the front runner here is My Darko, working hard for Amaral, but he's moving around the outside with 1,000 metres to go and looking for the front. He's drawn about a neck to a half length clear over Spermion on the rails, about a length and a half. Alfonso, who's gone into a handy spot, he's back in third. Hong Shen covering ground fourth. Zach Benevolent fifth on the fence, being followed by Deauville, who's already pushed along. Holy Thomas behind those, with on the outside Aspen in the orange. Further back Dragon, the one, and then came Balkan Challenger, Eastern Victory, Prince Darcy and Flying Mission towards the rear as they turn for home. And it's My Darko who's just in front from Spermion on the rails as they turn for home. Whipping around the outside is Aspen coming with a strong run. Alfonso into the clear, starts to make his bid for victory, followed by Zach Benevolent. Hong Shen looks to be dropping off. Great finish here. 300 metres to go. Spermion kicks back on the inside. My Darko and Aspen right behind them. Alfonso from Zach Benevolent. It's hard to pick the winner here. Spermion, and also on the outside Aspen. They're stride for stride with about 100 metres to go. It's Spermion, Aspen, nothing between the pair. Spermion for Vorster, Will to the winning post for a win, and it's Spermion who gets it done over Aspen, who was gallant in defeat. And third, I think, My Darko over the closing Alfonso, and also Dragon along the inside from Zach Benevolent, Balkan Challenger. Behind those Eastern Victory, then Holy Thomas. Hong Shen covered too much ground. Prince Darcy for the back behind those, with also Flying Mission the one, and Deauville ran in last. Spermion off the featherweight here with the featherweight rider in Vorster, and well, he threw everything at him. Probably a lot of the reasons why I was not keen on the race is that the horses I really liked had heavyweights and wide gates. Spermion had a lightweight and a good barrier, and he was just pressured in the middle stages there for the lead, but My Darko was the one that whipped around the outside and probably put a bit of pressure that perhaps he didn't need, but he fought and found for pressure, which was very pleasing for his connection to have persisted with this horse who, look, it has been a long time coming, 19 runs, but today is the day, and Michael Clements is having a good day. He's had a couple of wins already. His stable's flying at the moment, and I spoke to Michael early on about that horse Tarnhauser, and I said, is the Guineas off the radar now that there's no sort of 1,400 metre turf racing to give him a lead-up run? They said no, they're going to run him on the poly track over 1,200 metres next week, Tarnhauser. Something to look forward to, and if he bolts in there, we never know, we might see him in the Guineas yet. So good news there, but the stable's flying. They've got Count of Monte Cristo coming up as well, and a nice little double for Michael Clements. Raced by the Spermion stable, well done to them, by Flying Spur out of Fleur de Chine. I think I remember Tom talking about that dam at one stage. Maybe he can give us a reminder. And Baron Vorster, the winning rider, well done to Baron. Second goes to number 5, Aspen. Big run there, had to work wide. As I said on the turn, whipped around the outside, whipping the left hand from Young Saeed, and he just found wanting at the end. A neck by 3 1/4, and third went to number 8, and that was My Darko, just hanging on from number 4, Alfonso, who I thought had his chance. He seemingly was given a pretty good ride. So 14, 5, 8 and 4. That's the result on the Super Easy 2012 Stakes.
Yeah, thanks very much, Matt. And Spermion it was with his lightweight who got home in front for the in-form Michael Clements. He is red hot at the moment. He's off into second. That was Aspen. Aspen, wasn't it, who's run second there. That was a good run from him under the 4 kilo claimer. Here's a look at Trackus, and you can see the winner highlighted. He was a pace influence in the race. Look, he's now won at the 19th time of asking, but at least he is a winner. Some horses go a little bit longer than that without scoring. My Darko's run well, and I agree with Matt. Alfonso certainly had his chance, but perhaps the weight just anchoring him slightly.
Yes, and the dam Fleur de Chine was a good mare. She what in the end won 3 from 16, but won 99,000, which back in New Zealand that day was a lot of money in the late 90s, but was a Group 2 winner as a 2-year-old. But good effort from Spermion. Gee, Aspen had come via the Chevelle restaurant, turning the home, didn't it?
Did indeed. That was a big swooping move made by Saeed, who claims the 4 kilos, and well, it almost paid off. But I mean, how much weight was he giving to the winner? 54.5 to 51. So it was a few kilos there that he had to give away, and he just couldn't quite do it in the end. And well, Baron Vorster is a man that's ridden hundreds of winners here in Singapore, and Michael Clements 14 winners now for the year. Baron Vorster 13. So things going okay for the South African, the jockey that is.
Certainly, as we see the connections getting in on the photo, it was 14, 5, 8 and 4 after race number 6 on the card.
Number 6, Singapore, they're away, and very slowly away there was Eastern Victory, who's gone back to last. Spermion, who's pushed out, looking for the lead, and so too is Alfonso, who begins quickly. Out wide is My Darko, being followed then by Hong Shen, who's way off the track. Zach Benevolent, handy from Deauville, who's back marginally better than centre field. Going by him, one off the rails there is Holy Thomas. A few lengths away then to Aspen, who's gone up midfield. Then Dragon on the inside of the one. Balkan Challenger further back, 2 lengths away then Flying Mission. Eastern Victory back in second last, and Prince Darcy's gone all the way back to last as they run off the back straight. And the front runner here is My Darko, working hard for Amaral, but he's moving around the outside with 1,000 metres to go and looking for the front. He's drawn about a neck to a half length clear over Spermion on the rails, about a length and a half. Alfonso, who's gone into a handy spot, he's back in third. Hong Shen covering ground fourth. Zach Benevolent fifth on the fence, being followed by Deauville, who's already pushed along. Holy Thomas behind those, with on the outside Aspen in the orange. Further back Dragon, the one, and then came Balkan Challenger, Eastern Victory, Prince Darcy and Flying Mission towards the rear as they turn for home. And it's My Darko who's just in front from Spermion on the rails as they turn for home. Whipping around the outside is Aspen, coming with a strong run. Alfonso into the clear, starts to make his bid for victory, followed by Zach Benevolent. Hong Shen looks to be dropping off. Great finish here. 300 metres to go. Spermion kicks back on the inside. My Darko and Aspen right behind them. Alfonso from Zach Benevolent. It's hard to pick the winner here. Spermion, and also on the outside Aspen. They're stride for stride with about 100 metres to go. It's Spermion, Aspen, nothing between the pair. Spermion for Forster, Will to the winning post for a win, and it's Spermion who gets it done over Aspen, who was gallant in defeat. And third, I think, My Darko over the closing Alfonso, and also Dragon along the inside from Zach Benevolent. Balkan Challenger behind those. Eastern Victory, then Holy Thomas. Hong Shen covered too much ground. Prince Darcy for the back behind those, with also Flying Mission the one, and Deauville ran in last.
All clear has been posted 14, 5, 8 and 4 after race number 6 on the programme. Spermion, Baron Vorster, Michael Clements 39 and